Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Supreme Commander 2 unit creation. Now, this unit I'm working on here is going to be a very interesting one, in that I don't already know how I'm going to do this. I've got the model all set up, but I want to make a unit that has clones around it. These clones are going to act as holograms. I'm not entirely certain how I want to do it yet, so I'm just going to get started and cross that bridge when I come to it. So let's see, what can I do here? Well, this is just way too long. Maybe I'll just grab that on the Y and do something like this. Oops, I'll go in here first. Grab that on the Y and just do that. Oh. Okay, that looks kinda cool. Alright, there's our model. This is our unit folder right here. Alright, so here's my thought process. This unit can build other units, however, it's not going to build other units actually. It's just that it can build its holograms. That's the only unit that it can build. It's going to be able to build holograms because you can destroy them. What I'm not certain about is if I want the unit to be able to be targetable while it has holograms up. So how I'm going to do this is, still, this unit can build units, and when it's done building a unit, it will add that unit to a table. And if the number of units inside that table exceeds a number that I set up here, then it will make it so it can no longer build units. The only way it will be able to build units again is if this method is run, the notify of clone death. This will be run when a clone dies or gets destroyed. Of course, if the clones have not reached the maximum limit, then it'll still be able to build more. But only when it reaches that limit does it get disabled and need this to be run. So that the only way to get a new clone is for one to be destroyed. Alright, so this is very far into the future. The unit is now completed and is running perfectly as I would imagine. There are a few bugs that I'm still trying to fix, but I've spent so long trying to fix those bugs, I've had to find other workarounds, which at this point the unit is pretty much done. I've wanted to explain everything that I've added since I last showed the script file. The blueprint file is very important as well, but most of the uniqueness will come from the script file. I want to explain it because me showing the script file of one of my units could help give ideas for other units, or help problem solve other issues that your unit may be having if you are making a unit. Because there's no way for me to go over a tutorial on the script file. The script file is just open to anything. There's no format that it follows. You just add whatever code your unit needs. So by me just showing the script file of all of my units that I make, that could help give guidance into making your own script file. To start off, when the air unit is done being built, I turn off the set build disabled so I know it's able to build things. I initiate a table and a boolean, and I start a running thread. And that's this thread here. I have noticed that sometimes with my units running, the amount in the table can change, but these methods aren't run enough for it to know that it's changed. So I created this constantly repeating method so that whenever there is a change, it will immediately take effect thanks to this. So to quickly explain, when a unit is done being built, we add it to the clones table. On the very first unit that's built, it will run this here. This initiates two custom threads that I've created and indicates that those threads are active. I've made a quick efficiency change. Whenever the first clone is built, it'll make the building unit not targetable. This is the actual unit that builds the clones and the unit that does damage. It will also make that unit invisible through this. And then it also starts the other threads, which I'll get into soon. Since my unit is using invisibility, I had to override the setup intel function so that it doesn't start with the intel enabled, the stealth field. That is only enabled when this unit has at least one clone. This is one of the threads that I initiate with these. This just makes the clones have the same orientation as the original unit. The problem with this is, when the clones are set to face the original unit, they also still want to face the original direction they were built in. The problem with this is I can only run this 10 times a second, but you still get that jittering in the units. The other running thread is this, also 10 times a second. For all of the clones, it'll get a random point around the original unit, then issue a warp. I'm not issuing a teleport, because the teleport has sounds and the effects. That's unnecessary for what I'm doing. When it's being run this often, the sound is extremely loud and annoying, and the visual effects are unnecessary. Whenever one of the clones die, it removes that clone from the table, so it knows that there's a slot available. And whenever this unit dies, it kills all of its clones and stops all of the threads from running. The final result is this. One issue I was coming across was that even though this unit should have an available slot, this wasn't showing up in the buildable units, which means I couldn't build anymore. I found the fix to be adding the parallel builder category. That adds this storage tab, but since I never use this storage, I don't have to worry about it, and that seems to make this function better, so that this is always there when it needs to be. One other thing, since I added that parallel builder, it actually can build units and move. The fix to this would be to find out when it starts building and set the unit to be immobile. Right now, to the enemy team, they cannot see this unit. Also, this unit is untargetable. These clones, they appear to fire, but they do no damage. Only this unit does damage. It can actually attack you when you see there it goes. One cool thing about these clones is that when they teleport, all the projectiles following it are temporarily thrown off. It makes the turrets try to shoot at things that aren't there. Sometimes these clones can also teleport too close to this unit and cause a projectile to indirectly attack it. I'm completely fine with that, however, as it makes sense. I had an issue with this unit in that whenever I tried to teleport it, it would cause the game to crash. I'm not entirely certain why that is, but as of right now, I had to disable it from teleporting, since I do not know a fix.
Commander under attack.
It's about to run out of clones here. It has taken some damage indirectly. But now, its clones are gone, and now this unit can be targeted by anti-air. And when I fly it over this unit, that can be seen. Now it's getting targeted. One other thing that I did not mention is that I gave this unit, the units that it builds, these holograms, I gave them a custom unit type, so that when they are destroyed, they don't have any effects nor reclaimable debris. They just immediately disappear when they're destroyed. So like right there, you see that unit and then it gets destroyed and it just disappears. Now you could just spam holograms with this unit, but the thing is, the holograms get destroyed too quickly. The holograms have low health, so you can't just spam them like that. But either way, that's the entirety of this unit. Like I said, there are a small few amount of quirks that I still need to fix, such as it not having a shield right now. But other than that, this is a really stable unit, and I'm extremely happy with how it came out. It's exactly as I envisioned, and I describe it perfectly with it being like a jammer for anti-air. It gives it false blips on its radar that they attack. I also have to say, while these units are not transparent,
Commander under attack.
you have to give me credit. Those look like holograms. Oh, also another thing, the clones do not contribute to the unit cap. So that's just about it for this unit. Thank you all so much for joining me on this unit creation video. Hopefully you all enjoyed. I will hopefully see you all in my next one, so,
Commander
if I will,
under attack.
see you there, I'll be waiting.